Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back today, Q&A Sunday, episode 19, I believe now. Apologies that I didn't put one out last week. I know every week I don't put one out. If I do not put one out, people are always wondering where it is. Well, I was busy and didn't really get round to it. But back today, more questions. Tomorrow is the start of E3, so look forward to that. Hopefully we're going to get a lot of trailers from FIFA and PES, and I'll be doing all the breakdowns and everything else for you guys to watch. Now, we got some Watch Dogs gameplay underneath. I always look this way because I'm looking at the video, but really I should be looking down here. Watch Dogs for you guys to have a look at. Thoroughly enjoying the game, actually. It's a good quality game, you know. A lot of people were hating on it. Some people love it, some people don't. I think it's a solid game. For their first IP, I think Ubisoft done a wonderful job on it. So we got some of that. It's spoiler free. It's all offline, kind of free roaming. So we got a gang hideout I'm trying to infiltrate right now, and then there's some spider tank in there and stuff. So hope you guys enjoy. Anyway, first question is from Joe's Tutorials. He says, "Hi TTB, I'm an Everton fan, and we have secured a place in the Europa League group stage. I would love to know your opinion on the Europa League and how you think Everton will do. Thank you. Greetings from Liverpool." Well, greetings from Florida. How are your opinions on the Europa League? Well, you know, I think the Europa League is it's a big tournament in the sense that you play an awful lot of games. If you have a look at the Champions League, they don't play half as many games. Obviously, not as many teams can qualify. But I think Everton have a decent chance of, you know, getting at least through the group stages. They did really well this season, last season, whatever you want to call it, finishing where they did. We're unlucky that they didn't finish higher, actually, you know, above Arsenal, but they've got a solid team. Martinez has come in, done a great job. You know, he's a great manager. You know, winning the FA Cup with Wigan was no easy fate, and he did that. So, you guys, if you can make some good signings, you know, some big signings over the summer, then I'm sure you guys can have a really good run in the Europa League. You know, getting at least to the quarterfinals, and you never know, you could win it. So, good luck to you Evertonians. Alright, next up from Andrea Silva says, in which aspects do you think PES is better than FIFA? I prefer PES because there's no scripting in the gameplay, which is for me the most annoying thing on FIFA. Apart from that, FIFA is way better than PES in almost everything. Greetings from the World Cup hosts. Well, greetings as well from here, Orlando. Yeah, I agree with you what you're saying about FIFA and the scripting. It is there and it is rather annoying. I have to say, on PS4 it isn't so evident, especially on like the legendary difficulties. But the World Cup game, I can tell you there's a lot of scripting going on there, especially playing on legendary. I would tell you guys this much: the last game with the Ivory Coast, you guys probably saw. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Pause this video because I'll tell you guys the result. But I did lose on penalties, but number of those penalties when I was the goalie, you can tell my goalie's just standing there. I wanted him to dive, he would not dive, and it was annoying. In fact, that's why I lost. Montalivo put it this way: I was diving that way, but the freaking computer decided, or the controller didn't want to work, so that pissed me right off. So that's, you know, one thing that... The cheating, I don't understand why they put it in the game. It's just not on. Don't cheat. If you're going to make the difficulty higher, don't make the game cheat. Just make the AI play better. That is not that difficult, but for some reason, EA just do it every year. But what other aspects, what were you saying here? PES is better. I don't know. It's a hard one, isn't it? It's a toss-up because both games play so differently. I think PES probably looks a little bit more realistic, and it isn't quite as quick as FIFA, so it probably does look a little bit better. But, you know, like you said, FIFA has such a good job on line modes. It has a ton of game modes. You know, the UI looks better. And this is just one of those questions that baffles me. I really don't know. I enjoy one for the other, and I honestly don't know what to say. It's one of those things. PES is decent, plays alright. Wasn't quite up what I expected when it was released this year, but it has got better. You know, the shooting's been improved, although now it seems like a lot of the shots are too hard, and the goalies will sometimes save them and sometimes be shocking. The AI still is crap in PES, and that's the problem. Even on Superstar, it's far too easy to play around, and you can tell that they haven't really done a good job with the AI. When they defend, a lot of the times they just get deeper and deeper, which wouldn't happen in the real world. Defenders wouldn't go so far back that they're literally in the goalie's face. They'd step up a little bit and hold a line, but they don't seem to do that. So hopefully, you know, PES 2015 comes out, we're going to see some improvements. I'm sorry if that didn't answer your question, but it's one of those which is kind of hard. Next up from CA Senk Gaming HD 123, if I said that wrong, probably did. Hey TTB, love your videos, keep it up. Greetings from Kent, very nice. After a not so good season with Messi next season, do you think Messi will top his game or just leave Barca and transfer to somewhere else? Well, I don't think he's going to leave Barcelona. He is very much dedicated to being with them, and I think if they lost Messi, Barcelona, they would lose an awful lot. I mean, their team is not, you know, overpowered anymore. A lot of teams know how to play against them now. You saw that with Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich a couple of seasons ago. So if he left, I think Barcelona would struggle, but I don't think he's going to leave, and I think he had a decent season. I mean, people say he didn't play that well, but, you know, he was injured for quite a while, and he still scored a ridiculous amount of goals. So, you know, he's going to be back. You know, he's going to be banging them in next season. Him and Ronaldo will have a battle, as always, for top goal scorer. And I think, you know, Barcelona will bounce back next season, and it will be another three-horse race for the title. So there we have it. I love this mode as well. The spider tank down below is fantastic. Love mulling everyone in that. All right, next up from Roy Soy says, I hate it when people fill in the blanks. Okay. Well, I'm going to say I hate it when people tailgate me right up my arse while I'm driving. It's annoying. I hate, especially living in Florida, it is the worst. People will I mean, I'm going 45, 50. The speed limit in you know, Florida, America, generally 45 miles an hour down the main roads. People up your arse when you're doing 50. And that's why there's so many accidents, so many idiots in this place. There's accidents every single day of the week. The other day they had to close down the whole highway because there was an accident. No surprise, someone was probably driving up someone's backside. He braked a little bit, bang, straight up him. So, yes, I definitely hate it when that happens. And also I hate it when people go to the gym and they just sit there on equipment and don't do anything. If you're not doing anything, leave. Waste of time. Okay, next up from Pimpic Fun. I don't know, my name's today all over the place. Number one, what do you think of Danny Welbeck? Let's start with that one. What do I think of him? I think he's a decent youngster. I think his finishing is what's lacking. He is not a great finisher, but he's got a good work rate, and he shows some promise. You know, will he start for England in the World Cup? I think he will, and he could be a decent player for them. Like I said, youngsters will always have that no fear factor. They go out there, they just do what they want. They got a lot of confidence about their game. Even if they mess up, they don't care. They'll get on with it. So I think Danny Welbeck has you know, potential. He just needs to work on his finishing ability. Number two, do you think Man United will ever be the same like they were before with Moyes? Yes, I think they'll bounce back. You know, David Moyes ruined the whole team. I'm going to be honest with you. It was a nightmare. Louis van Gaal comes in. I think he changes it. And he makes them play the way they should be playing. He needs to buy a lot of players. He needs to get rid of a lot of players. So I think United will bounce back, definitely. And number three, would you be more happy if Italy win the World Cup 4-0 against Spain, or if Ronaldo returned to United? Great videos and keep up the good work. Ooh, that's a tough one, isn't it? I would love Ronaldo to return to Man U. That would be amazing. And I would also love if Italy would win 4-0 against Spain and win the World Cup. I'd probably say Italy winning the World Cup, because it's the World Cup. It only happens once every 4 years. Ronaldo is never going to return to Man U. And I think Man U have got used to that now. So I don't think it will be that much of a big deal. But I would love to see Italy beating Spain, picking up that title. And then great videos and keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Good questions. Alright, next up from Knights James says, what's your thought about the new official FIFA World Cup 2014 song, We Are One, Ole Ola? Yeah, I know what you mean, the Pitbull song. I think it's alright. It's the one that goes da 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 da. You know, we've all heard it 1,000 times on FIFA World Cup. I don't mind the beginning when it's like, raise your hands up in the sky and all that crap. I like that bit, but then when Pitbull starts doing his rapping, I don't really like that part. So it's not one of the greatest songs. I think the 2010 World Cup one was a lot better. But, you know, it'll be catchy. People will be singing it and dancing around about it, you know. And it's, you know, it's a little bit lively. It's got that Brazilian style to it, so it's not too bad. Alright, next up from Bruno Alves says, hello TTB. This is a bit of a long one. I've heard that EA won't be porting the Ignite engine to PC for FIFA 15. Do you have any info regarding this? Last but not least, I have 2 questions I would love to answer. Could you state a team you like in each of the top leagues? Being a Porto fan myself, what thoughts do you have on my favourite team? Cheers from Portugal. Alright, well, I didn't even know. I hadn't even heard about the whole Ignite situation. So if that's the case, that's disappointing. Why EA keep doing that? I've no idea. It's the PC. PCs are far more powerful than the PS4, Xbox One, obviously. So why they're not putting the Ignite engine on there? Ridiculous. I don't know why they keep doing that. That's rather disappointing to hear. And I don't have any info regarding it. You know, I'm not affiliated with EA, so, you know, I have no idea. Top teams in each league. Here we go. Let's give it a bash. Obviously, Premier League, Man United. Bundesliga, I'd say Borussia Dortmund or Bayern Munich. I like those 2 teams. The Italian League, Roma. I'd say Roma because I've always watched Totti growing up. Francesco Totti, loved him playing. And was always Roma in the old PES days. Would always create a Master League with them and do season after season with them. So I'd love them. La Liga, probably Real Madrid, just because Ronaldo's there. Used to be a United player, obviously. Who else do we have? I think that's the main top 4, isn't it, really, the leagues. And what do you say about Porto? I think they're a decent side, you know. They've won some big titles. I don't watch a whole lot of Portuguese football, so I can't really comment too much. But I know that, you know, you got Benfica in there, Porto battling out. So, you know, you guys have got a good chance of always getting far in any competition. Alright, we're running out of time. We've got a couple of minutes. But Mr. Wolverine says, hey TTB, what do you think about the Champions League final? And what do you think about Real Madrid this season? Greetings from Macedonia. I thought the Champions League final was great, to be honest with you. I thought it was a fantastic match. Don't think anyone expected the way it was going to finish. I was actually watching around my girl's place, and she was saying what a nightmare. She kind of likes Bale. She thinks he's kind of hot. And she was saying how he's sucking it up because he had a couple of chances and he didn't score. He did eventually bang one in, but then she went to work and I texted her and said they finally scored a goal, and Bale finally got on the score sheet as well. So I thought it was a great final. Atletico Madrid were unlucky, but they just ran out of steam, didn't they? They couldn't keep it going, and it was a real shame. And I thought Real Madrid had a great season. They did well. You know, they won the Copa del Rey. They won the Champions League. Obviously, if they won La Liga, that would have been the icing on the cake. But they'll bounce back next season. They'll probably win that. Or they'll be up there as well. I think Atletico Madrid surprised everyone. They had a fantastic season and were absolutely quality. Alright, and the final question here from Jack Kerr says, hi TTB, how do you like life in Orlando and do you like any Scottish teams? Greetings from Glasgow. Alright, well, greetings from Florida, and how do I like life in Orlando? You know, I love it. You know, I love it. It's sunny as balls out there right now. The sun's shining in. Very hot, in the 90s every day. You know, it's the typical weather. It's sunny in the morning, and then it starts getting a little bit cloudy, and then it pisses down with rain probably in the afternoon. Or, you know, there's some thunderstorms. But it's very humid, which I don't mind. You know, there's air conditioning everywhere. But it makes you a little bit more happier. You know, when you wake up and the sun's shining, you feel better about yourself. When it's raining all the time and it's miserable, it kind of sucks. But I'm enjoying it, thinking it's great fun. So we're running out of time, so we're going to get moving. And Scottish teams, you know, Celtic are alright. And that's about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be back soon with some more. But until next time, take care.